Oh my word, check out how adorable and gorgeous this little guy is. Hi everyone, I'm Sandy and welcome back to my channel DaisyLilly Crochet. Oh my word, I have been looking so forward to showing you how gorgeous and adorable this little guy is. And it all started back a little while ago when I was doing some research and I came across this really cute little pilot, and I knew straight away I need to make myself one of those. So although I have had a few projects going on at that time, and I'm also in the middle of getting everything ready to open up my little shop, I knew still that I had to fit him in. So the next day, not only I started working on him, but because I wanted him in my own size and width and length and colors and give him my own touch, I started working on his patterns straight away as well. Now he turned out to be really cute and adorable. And the cute thing about it is that he does come with a name. But before I reveal his name, let's talk a little bit about him, the hook sizes and the yarn and colors that I used on him. Now let's start off with the hook size I used on him, and that was the 2.5 millimeter sized hook. Now the 2.5 millimeter sized hook is what I use on nearly all my amigurumis, and that's because I find with time the yarn tends to soften up a little bit. Also the stuffing or the filling we put in our amigurumis also soften up a little bit, and with time, if the hook size is a bit too big, the stitches may have a tendency to open up a little bit, and then you can see the stuffing inside, and that's something I really don't like to see. So if the yarn label is saying to use one particular size, I always tend to go down a few sizes for my amigurumis. Now I do change hook sizes for my amigurumis occasionally, and that's because it depends on the amigurumi project that I'm doing. Also, if the yarn is very thin or if I'm using a thicker yarn, depends on the hook size, and especially if I'm making plushies, and I love plushies, then I will definitely go up in hook sizes because I find that it's a lot easier to work with. Now it is a personal choice for each crocheter, but for normal amigurumis using a medium-sized yarn, the 2.5 really works well for me. Okay, so let's move on to the yarn and the colors. Now the yarn size that I used was a medium, and the colors that I used was baby yellow, white, sky blue, and the teddy himself is a grey brownie color. And I just think he turned out to be just fantastic with his colors. Now I wanted to give him a bit of color, but I also wanted to maintain the colors soft, and that was because I was going for the look where I wanted to highlight other areas that would bring his little character to life. So let's go and have a look at those areas that I so wanted to highlight. Now let's start off with the first highlight, and that's his little pilot's hat, which is so adorable. Now I made it into a chocolate brown color, and I also put a border around his little hat with a white fluffy yarn, because that whole look that I was trying to achieve was to get that warm and wintry look, and that's exactly what I got once I was finished. Now I do have a tutorial on this little pilot's hat, how I put the border around it, that I put up a few weeks ago. So if you haven't had a chance to see it, I will be putting the link of that tutorial video in the description down below. Now his next highlight is his little pilot's goggles. How adorable is this? Now I did use the 2.5 millimeter sized hook again to do his little goggles. I maintained it in the same colors, and the wonderful thing about this is that the little pilot's goggles does come off. It is removable. Now I'm not going to remove his little goggles. They're too cute. I'm going to leave them on, but you can remove them. him. And the next highlight that I made him was his little scarf, also done in the 2.5mm sized hook, and I made it in the sky blue, and just to give it that warm and beautiful, cute feeling. Now let's move on to my very favorite highlight, and this one was the cherry on the cake. I am so glad I decided to do this, and that is I gave him his own little plane. How adorable is this? Now, by giving him his own little plane, it just completely brought his little character to life. And to be honest with you, what's a pilot without a plane? Now, originally when I started making his plane, halfway through I thought that it was just too small, so I frogged it all back and I started his little plane again, as well as I rewrote the pattern on his plane. Now I'm really happy with the result and the size, because at the end of the day he is a big boy, so he needs a big plane. Now with his plane, I did again use the 2.5mm sized hook, and I maintained it in the same colors. I also put a little button at the tip of each wing, and I also put a little button here right in front of the little propeller. I don't know if you can see it. Let me go close. See, how adorable does that look? It is so cute, and I put the little buttons here just to make it cute and fun. Now all up, I'm really happy with this little cutie, and he's just adorable. He really is. But he's a big boy, so let's measure him and see how big he is. Okay, so let's lie him down, because that way we can measure from the very bottom of his feet to the very top of his ears. I've got a measuring tape here, and we're going to measure, like I said, from the very bottom of his feet to the very tip of his ears, and that's giving me 44 in height. So it's a pretty big size for this little guy. Now if we do sit him up, and we measure him from where he's sitting all the way to the tip of his ear, it's giving me 32 in height, and that's just this way. Now if you want to know the length from the feet to the very back, it's giving me about 17 centimeters in length as well. Oh, and just in case I didn't say before, it's all centimeters, by the way, just in case I forgot to say. Okay, and now let's measure him from the outside of one of his little arms to the outside of the other little arm, and that's giving me, if I just go like that, yep, 26 centimeters in width. So he is a big boy, and he's just the perfect cuddly size, especially if you're a mum like I am of little ones. Even though my little ones are all grown up into two gorgeous young men, I do remember when they were little and they used to love their teddies and their plushies and the way they cuddled up to them. So he is the perfect cuddle up size, or even just to put there as decoration. Now it's come to the time to reveal this little cutie's name. He's just so adorable. Okay, so the person that had the honor to give this little guy his name is a very special person in my life. Now, she's not only my family, my cousin, but she's a sister to me as well. And we've been playing together ever since we were little kids. Now, to be honest with you, there's four of us, and the four of us all these years later are still the four of us, should I say. But just going back again, because I seem to be getting off course. So this person that gave him his little name, my cousin, my family, my sister, my beautiful girl Sandra. Now she gave him the name, or should I say, everybody meet Elliot, the little pilot. Now I am completely happy with the way that this little guy turned out to look. I think he's so cute and adorable, and I'm completely in love with him, and I absolutely love his name. So a big thank you to my beautiful sis Sandra for his name. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this little cutie up here on my top shelf, and I know you can't see it, but there is a shelf up here, and I've got a special spot for him, and that was the whole point of making him was to keep him close to me. So this is all I've got for you for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for tuning in. Now, if you think that Elliot, the little pilot, is absolutely adorable, go ahead, please, and give him a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to press the subscribe button on the bottom, along with the little notification bell on the side, so you can get all my upcoming videos that I look so forward to sharing with you. Now, every like, every comment, and every subscribe not only helps my channel to grow, but it also, or should I say, I also get a chance to share such cute little things with you. Okay, so this is all I've got for you. I'm going to go ahead and put this little gorgeous cutie up here, and for now, and as always, stay crocheting, everyone, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye for now.